Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Stellaris. In the last episode, we continued fighting the wars that we've been in. We were able to force the faction that we were fighting down here to capitulation, so we've absorbed them. I'm thinking we're probably going to need to release some vassal states here. Release them as a vassal state. I want to absorb a few more chunks before I do that, but for now, we're going to try, or we're going to keep things in our control until we get to a point where I think we have a good spot to go ahead and release a vassal. That should hopefully help some issues, because we do have some military disloyalty going on. Right now, it's okay, but it's not really improving. So we'll need to take a look at that. Oh, and we added a couple of new traditions. Not there. A couple of new traditions. We're going industry. We're going spaceborne. And we'll basically be able to take every single tradition in the entire list, but we're not going to do that. I don't think we're going to do that. I took the space industrialization ascension perk, which allows us to build factory ships, but I neglected to actually design any factory ships, so we'll need to work on that. We're still fighting this war up here. This is just going to be a slog because they have so many armies on their planet, so they're going to have to get just ground down till they capitulate. Hopefully that won't take too much longer, but we'll see. Did we get the patrol fleets upgraded? No, we've sent patrol fleets in for upgrades. I think you guys are heading in. Yeah, preparing for upgrades. Get those guys in for upgrades. Continue to replenish losses that we've taken. You guys are undergoing upgrades. Alright, Task Force 1 and Task Force 2 are bombing. So yeah, we're working through all that. Yeah, things are going pretty well. Now, I do need to apologize if I did sound a little incoherent toward the end of last episode. I'm not exactly sure, because I was not feeling well, and I was rapidly running out of energy, so I don't know exactly how that actually came out. But I'm feeling a lot better today, so hopefully we'll be good to go. All right. So I think the first thing we want to do is get that factory ship set up. Let's see. Now it does not... Oh, because I have my auto-generated designs off. Right. Alright, so we should have... unless there isn't a design. Destroy a cruiser, battleship, Titan defense. No, apparently not. Maybe it works different than I remember. No, I don't see it. Well, I'll keep my eyes open anyway. We really do need to resolve this starbase capacity situation as well. Well, if we release a puppet or a vassal, it'll help with that. have these guys. Yeah, that's the rebels in the United Republic of Naris. I think that's what the crisis, or this military disloyalty, might end up becoming if we let it go too far. We'll actually get a military coup. I would rather not have that. Oh, we got debris. Right. Debris and Atlas. Valmir. Hold on. I would like to get some debris analysis done. I probably should build another science vessel. You are undergoing tons of upgrades, right? So that probably won't help. Give me a new science ship real quick. This science vessel, we still do have some debris to analyze. Good.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, Patrol Fleet Alpha is upgraded. And you patrol... What in the world are you doing? Where are you, by the way? Yeah, you're in the Sol system. You patrol to there. What on earth are you doing? How in the world does it decide that that is the best path to take? Okay then. I mean, I understand there's a hyperlane network there. Hyper relay network, I should say. But that's not what I want you to do. Like, I literally want you to go through those systems. Maybe I need to build a hyper relays out to Sirius. Very well then.
An alien empire has established communications.
There's another one of those rebels. I pretty much just resigned myself to the fact that we're always going to be at war. That we're never really going to have opportunities to do much more kind of peaceful operations. Like peaceful subjugation of our neighbors. Because we can only do that while we are at peace. And every time one of that happens, we're no longer at peace. And there's nothing I can do about it. I have no control over it, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with me. Or any of my allies. Unless that is one of my allies. The Rathelian League. Well. How about that? It's because I think that the AI does not know how to deal with these. And so they always happen, and they always fire, and okay. When you have tons and tons of AI nations, then you always have to deal with it. Very well. Now, my options are send in the home fleet. Well, the home fleet is currently undergoing upgrades, so I would rather not do that. Or just kind of let my allies deal with that as they please. Well, everybody's at war with them, so... Yep, that kind of ripped right out of the center of the Rothelian League. Hopefully our other allies will be able to deal with that. Because I would need to build an entirely new fleet to go help with that, I would think. With all of the situations that I'm currently dealing with. Not impossible to build an entire new fleet. Monthly gain produced. Oh, look at that. There's another one. Is that going to be one I'm going to have to worry about as well? Who are you? No, well, I mean, that's in the Ritu Flame Builders. The Compact of SK. Well, that's for the Ritu to deal with.
Upgraded.
Unfortunately, it's my problem. But that's the way it is. All right. Well, what would... Unearthed primitives. While enriching the soil and adding an atmosphere to Rim 1, our terraforming specialists have made an unexpected find. Beneath the surface of Rim 1, there exists a civilization of subterranean aliens. Okay. It must have been because of the planet's mineral density that our scanners didn't detect them before. The primitives seem unaware that their surface has changed, giving us a chance to do what we will with them. How quaint. As human colonies spread across the world of Nimroth Secundus, expeditions travel onto the frontiers looking for suitable sites for new cities and production centers. Orbital scans can only show so much after all. One such expedition has stumbled across something far more notable than expected, however. A vast cache of ancient books and some alien tongues has been found, along with artifacts of many different varieties, from the paintings, statues, and even mummified aliens found within the cache. It appears as though an alien civilization exists on Nimroth Secundus some indeterminable time ago. A special project has been issued to decipher the texts.
Incoming transmission.
The she aliens. There are primitives there. Well, I had intended on colonizing that planet, which is why I terraformed it. Abandoned observation post. You are done. Well, go ahead and build an observation post. We will engage in Plan B. Penrose Sphere construction site. Penrose Sphere frame. We need 1,700 alloys. How much will that cost me on the market? I can afford it. All right, then. Begin constructing the frame. Yep, that has been terraformed. We're going to put an observation post there, then see what we can do. What other terraforming projects? We still have 3 other ones going on. All right, then. Why is Earth not in a sector? Okay. That was odd. But easily remedied. Whole fleet gamma. What is... Oh, you're engaging in, upgrades. Right. And they are finished their upgrades. So what I would like you to do is to patrol back toward the Sol system. Perfect.
Ships upgraded.
And the home fleet is now upgraded, but needs to be upgraded again. So go for it. You've let them retake one of their systems. So they have a 70k strength fleet. What? Okay, then. As I was gonna say, what if I were to create a new fleet? Panther class, we have, just make it a copy. How many destroyers? 8 each. Three each of our cruisers, 2 battleships, and a Titan. Okay, that would push our naval capacity up to 694. So, no, we do not have the capacity to add another fleet to the Navy at the moment. But we do have a bunch of new star bases that we can upgrade. Add more anchorages. Actually, what you should do here is get a naval logistics office. As soon as everything decides it wants to load. There we go.
Research complete.
And same thing here, you should build a naval logistics office. Mega shipyard. All right. Perfect vassalization protocols. Naval capacity plus 20. Doctrine Total War. Orbital camouflage. Complex agriculture tea. Planetary tea biome. Tea farmers turn food and unity into trade value. Spice domes turn food and consumer goods. Turn food into consumer goods and trade value. Turn food into unity and trade value. Don't I already have those? Or no, it's next tier, I think. Durasteel infrastructure, colony development speed plus 25%. Upgraded capital buildings. Let's unlock this. That would be one hell of a fight. Even if I brought all three of my fleets together, it would be rough.
Debris analyzed.
What do we got? Ooh, sorry, speaking of debris. Jump drives, physics research, engineering research. You need... You're pretty good. Alright. Grab you. For now. And I want you to get in there and hit my research projects. Orbital shipyard. That basically functions as a starbase. Habitation module. Orbital sunlight redirector. I would say we keep this as a shipyard. The curator, yeah, keep supporting those. Go ahead and run that. We transfer 20% of the available capacity to the Federation. Yeah. Federation is at level 3. What are the laws? Fleet contribution is medium. Now, policies. We can't change that. I can only get +1 starbase capacity even if we did that, so that doesn't really help. Do we know when we can actually change that policy? Is not at war. Oh, well then forget it. We're never going to be able to change it. Not while this keeps happening. How is the Rathelian League war going? Well, nothing has really happened with it just yet.
Spaceport under attack.
What's up? A civilian convoy started his journey from Flumph Prime. The ship will now head toward the closest colony inside of our borders, distributed Stellaris cargo. We will preemptively buy a part of their cargo equal in value to the predicted tax profits from their enterprise. Okay.
Research complete.
Who's under attack? I really don't think anyone's under attack. I think it was probably just a planet generated an army that then got blown away by the station. Artisan output plus 10%. That should improve our consumer goods production. Science Nexus. Kuiper enhanced ion cannon. We do need better reactors, if I recall correctly. Oh, jump drives. It's almost done. You know what? I'm going to hold off on that because we might just finish it with all of the debris analysis that we are doing. So we'll hold off on that for now. Get the dimensional reactors. We are currently analyzing some debris. We have a science vessel over here that is done. No more debris to analyze over here. Could you perhaps head through there? We have hyper relays the whole way, so now, that mega shipyard, where would we want to put it? I think the Allard system would not be a bad idea. Where do you... Isn't there an archaeological site there? All right, mega structure, orbital ring. Provides extra specialization defense capabilities to its planet. Mega shipyard sites. Assemble ships and increases ship build speed. Massive starbase dedicated entirely to shipbuilding. The mega shipyard has 20 production berths to build or upgrade ships. All right. Move to the large system and get ready to do that. It was a defense platform that rose up on a planet. Okay. Now, speaking of defense platforms on planets, we have you down to 2,300. What about you? We're bombing its habitat, right? Yeah.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, home fleet has been fully upgraded, and yet there is still a few ships that need upgrades. And as soon as we finish researching these new power generators, then all of our ships are going to be upgraded again. Yeah, I know, because apparently you take a convoluted route through the galaxy if we don't have hyper relays. Alright, that's fine. Anything on any of my planets that I really need to pay attention to? Especially in the Earth sector, which for some reason got deleted. I don't know. Zanaya Prime has some unemployed. Agricultural planets. So we should probably build a new agricultural district. In fact, prioritize that new agricultural district. Thank you. Home fleet has been fully upgraded, and it actually finally is fully upgraded. All right. Is it at full strength?
Research complete.
It looks like it is at full strength. Okay, that is our only fleet right now that is at full strength. Yep, we just finished jump drive. Beautiful. Actually, what I'm going to have you do is come back here and excavate that site. Change of plans. So, do I want to put jump drives on my ships? Jump drive. It is supposedly a dangerous technology. Let's see. Hyper jump charge time minus 70%. FTL speed plus 70%. It seems to be a straight upgrade to all ships. But we don't have enough power on some ships to do that. Okay, so until we have enough power on all of our ships to do that, then we will hold... Oh, useless 0-point reactor. Hold the phone. Thought you were told to auto upgrade. Right. I probably want to take a look and make sure that our upgrades have been going through as expected. No FDL drive. Yeah, we'll have our ships fly at sublight all over the place. That would be a great idea. I mean, I guess you could design like a local system defense ship that didn't have an actual jump drive to make it cheaper, or an FTL drive to make it cheaper, but I'm not sure why you would ever do that. Alright, so all of you should probably upgrade. Medium Kyber enhanced turbo lasers. Super heavy ion cannon. That all looks right. Alright, let's just double check. We have defense turbo lasers. Yeah, you look okay. That looks good. Small, super heavy ion cannon. What do the disruptors do? Minus 100% shield damage, plus 200% armor damage. So basically they strip. The ion cannon strip shields, the disruptors strip armor. And the turbo lasers strip hull. Okay, so it does make sense to have these mixed. Maybe I should put a disruptor in there. Yeah, disruptors. Strip hull. Ion cannons to strip shields, and then the turbo lasers to kill the hull. You know what? We'll go ahead and make the adjustments. Our cruisers. I keep clicking on the wrong spot. Yeah, let's add some disruptors on there, because I want to be able to strip armor. I mean, we are able to deal with armor. It's not like we're not able to deal with armor, but... It does a little less damage. Yeah, you're a light carrier, so that's fine. Battleships. We have Liquid Tabana Vengeance Mass Drivers. What do they do? They have shield penetration. So what I'll probably do is swap out one of these super heavy ion cannons with a disruptor. Yeah. Probably the same thing here. Super heavy ion cannon. Swap out for a disruptor to rip shields. Or rip hull armor. You are a carrier, so that doesn't matter. You have a big mass driver. Well, medium mass driver, a big turbo laser, that's fine. A couple of ion cannons. We could probably actually swap one of those out for disruptor. Yeah. Range? Same. And the Titan, which has a large disruptor anyway. So that's good. Alright. You know what that means? Fleet we just upgraded? All of our fleets that we just upgraded? Back to space dock. Back to space dock. Except for the fleets that are bombing.
Construction complete.
It is very, very slowly dropping. That is just going to take forever. And it's going to have my fleets bogged down for who knows how long. That's why we need to get our, we need to increase our naval capacity significantly if we can. We got that observation post built. I could just invade them. But I think for now we'll just observe. Do we know what stage they're at? They're in the industrial age. Okay. Then we don't have to make any immediate decisions. Hey, it's a big cruiser. Oh, that's our cruiser. Of course, we lost a cruiser. And one of their ion cannons came online. Lovely. Because they at least get one shot off, and those ion cannons do a stupid amount of damage. Oh, we got a whole bunch of candidates. Abel, son of Gab, the Democratic Rights Forum. Tanvi Bajwa, the Xenocompassion Society. Tabo, son of Bora, Union of Traditional Values. Pablo Ruiz, the Silver Guard. Hui Shen, the Defensive Readiness Group. Treestone of the Citizen Obedience Party. And Amik, daughter of Udil, National Evolvement Committee. Alright then. Yeah, while we are trying to upgrade and build ships, so it's going to be hard to get some mega structures going. What do we got? The Atlas Starbase has finished its construction queue. Orbital ring. Okay.
Incoming transmission.
The Delphi Illustratum regime wants to establish an embassy. We can go ahead and do that. Looks like the Ritu Flame Builders have occupied several of these guys' systems.
Ships upgraded.
The Spearin Compacts. Oh yeah, the Spearin Compact. They're at war with everybody, right? They are literally at war with everyone.
Ships
so
upgraded.
if there are open borders, then someone will go in there and deal with them. Still no movement over here. I'm not going to worry about it unless it looks like it's going sideways.
Research complete.
Let my allies deal with their own problems for the moment. Alright. Planetary spice domes are done. Portal camouflage. We can knock that out real quick. Ah, that makes us take less orbital bombardment damage. You know what? We'll knock that out in 2 months. What else do we get over here? We got our very heavy turbo lasers. They are done. Guess what that means? More upgrades. Fiber crystal mining optimization. We're probably going to need to do that. Geoscanners, monthly minerals. I guess we'll knock that out real quick because we can. Did that upgrade my designs? Maybe not. All right, naval capacity plus 15% and ship build cost minus 5%. Yes, please. All right. A patrol fleet. Yeah, we have a couple of things we can knock out in 2 months. Civilian convoy coming from a colony has arrived at Zanaya Lunaris. They are currently distributing the cargo. The collected taxes in line with our early calculations will neither net us a profit or a loss. Okay. Does it actually show like an actual ship moving around? I guess not. A combination of favorable weather conditions on one of Nimroth Prime's largest continents and the dedication of workers allowed the Planetary Energy Company to overshoot its production targets. Well, very good. Like, that's coming down pretty good. Patrol Fleet Delta has been upgraded. Where are you guys?
Ships upgraded.
Oh, you're right. You're there. Right. You patrol to the Flumph system. Right. Patrol Fleet Beta, you upgrade.
Debris analyzed.
I would like you to build me a hyper relay in the Sirius system. Thank you. President Abil, son of Gab, has been re-elected. And of course, we have pirates in the Flumph system. We have a patrol fleet on its way. So Patrol Fleet Alpha might be ready to go here in a minute.
Ships upgraded.
Alright. Crystalline prismatic sensors. Patrol Fleet Alpha is ready to go. That's a 7.7k fleet. Galactic Superkillic, Commonwealth. Attention, denizens of the galaxy. The rumors you have heard are true. We have abandoned the flawed organic containers that imprisoned our minds and embraced the future. Okay. So they have gone full cybernetic. Alright, I would like Patrol Fleet Alpha to head to the Hyper Relay.
Ships upgraded.
Patrol Fleet Alpha, you're moving, right? Patrol Fleet Beta. Alright, actually, both these fleets head to the Flump system. They should get reinforced by Patrol Fleet Delta. Put them on aggressive stance. All of my patrol fleets should be on aggressive stance. They all are. They have a galleon-class ship. Lovely. We detected notable security strike forces are on their way. Let's see. How large of a security strike force are we going to get? 2.2K. That's not a ton.
Mining station lost.
Hold on. Oh, we can rebuild that. Fleet command limits. Resources from jobs plus 5%. That sounds good. Oh. And we got that other thing. Whirlwind missiles. Quad-linked medium weapon systems. Energy weapon attack speed. Shifting strike craft. Megastructure build speed. That's very expensive. I would prefer to knock out some cheaper techs. These are Panther-class corvettes. Panther and Tiger-class corvettes. They'll be able to do some damage. Especially with our other patrol fleets on the way.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Knocking out all their small raider ships. We are ripping down its shields. Alright, its armor is all the way down. The hull points are starting to drop. Oh, our other patrol fleet isn't even going to show up in time to get any action in. You want a migration treaty? Sure. And it's gone. Now we just gotta go knock out the base. Regain the system.
Hostile station engaged. Debris analyzed.
Analyze the debris in Atlas, crystalline prismatic sensors. We lost one Corvette in that entire engagement. Not bad. Not bad at all. Go ahead and replace that Corvette. Alright, both those fleets head back to the Sol system. You can just continue your patrol route. Home fleet is 82% upgraded. We'll have to see if it will need to be upgraded again. That should renew trade through that system, which, yeah, will correct our energy credit situation. Good to go. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about activating any of our relics right now. Alright, yeah, you finished your construction. I would like you to go ahead and upgrade. Our science is ready to begin reverse engineering another set of minor artifacts. Do I want to do that? We only have 95 regular... You know what? Do it. Research option gained. Reticulated gas distribution, shield harmonics, and self-empowerment. Make sure there isn't anything that we need to do with these stations. I don't think so. No, just these 2 stations need to be upgraded, and then we need to build out anchorages on them. What would I need to get my naval capacity up to? 729? Yikes. Republic of Nars is becoming more militaristic. Very well. Well, the rebels are retaking a lot of territory, and that's because of that crazy fleet they've got.
Ships upgraded.
Patrol Fleet Gamma, you need to run another set. Of upgrades. I love this in the home fleet in there, but I would not win that fight. Guaranteed. Well, I don't know. That's just a big pile of battleships. You start knocking those out, that combat power is going to come down considerably, but they would do a ton of damage because these guys have spinal mount energy weapons, and that would cause problems. I would need my entire combined fleet. Let's see. Will you patrol properly the Sirius system? Yes, you will now. Alright, patrol fleet beta. I think Beta was patrolling out to the lane system. Yeah, Gamma was patrolling out there, but they're still undergoing upgrades. Delta is on its route already. Alright, we can actually reinforce Task Force 1. Go ahead and do it. And I think we need to end the episode because we are getting kind of long here. 2182. We're down from 2310. Yep, it's coming down. Slowly but surely. This is a concern. Right now, like, my ships are just so occupied with this, because if we leave, those are just going to rebuild, and nothing's going to happen. All right, well, I'll think about it. We're going to go ahead and end the episode here. I might have to send the home fleet and just engage and see what happens. Because even if we could knock that down by half, I think we would give them a significant fighting chance to deal with the rest of it. Like, where are your ships? Where's the Narian fleet? Who knows? These guys. But they're not actually at war with the Superhuman Council. And they should be. All right, well, we'll consider options next episode. And for now, we'll go ahead and stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.